If you like to walk, run, or even be outside, you're a potential victim. Being a student of martial arts for well over 30 years, I've learned a lot of things. One of the best things you learn in martial arts is you get a sense of your environment. You try to stay away and avoid threats. My sensei said one time, there's a million bars. If you walk into one and it just doesn't feel right, just get out and go to another one. My sensei also worked with kids, and he would say there's two roads. One with 100 ninjas with baseball bats, or the nobody road. Which way should you go? But sometimes you don't have a choice. The most innocent looking person is a mugger or a thief who wants your stuff, who wants to hurt you. So what you want to do is not be a target. And how are you going to do that? There's overt ways and there's more subtle ways of doing it. Avoid a fight by not looking like a victim. Don't look down on your phone and just keep walking around. Don't put a headset in. I've been using these bone attenuating headset to test it out. I really like it. Future evaluation, or it's available up there and down below. It goes around your ears. It allows you to hear your tunes or your podcast, and yet you hear things coming and going. Some people think keys work. I'm going to show you. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Many options here and which to explore, so let's go to a top-down shot and get into a little more of the details, and then we'll test them out and I'll show you how effective all of these are. A lot of people have keys. Not going to intimidate anybody from afar or somebody who knows what they're doing. They're going to be able to counter that easy. And then if they knock it out of your hand, now you've lost your keys and you're going to get attacked. None of these should be used in any way, shape, or form unless you're defending yourself. And most of these may never have to be used just because they're odd looking and people will leave you alone. That's the primary goal here. So this is pretty obvious, and that probably won't get through many security. Probably won't even be able to take this on a plane or any of these. But you could have this in luggage. If you're going around the city, it's just really helpful, and these are practical. Okay, so I think these work fairly well, and they're pretty obvious. The screwdriver, less obvious than this. If you saw somebody walking around with one of these things, you'd probably leave them alone. These are kind of scary looking, and yet nobody would think twice about you carrying one with your phone, or two, because maybe you're just cleaning up the neighborhood. You're picking up after your dog, your cat, whatever it is. And then these come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. It looks strange, it looks unusual, and then people will leave you alone. You almost look like the Grinch. They're fairly good at gardening. Here's a series of PVC experiments I've been exploring. I've got long PVC. This is all 1/2 inch. This is 3/4 inch. It's a little bigger. There's multiple pieces. You grab it like this. Protect your hand fairly well. The last thing you want to do is punch somebody or hurt somebody. One of the things I'll show you here is this is like the first generation, is putting them on your fingers. And it's just carved out of the PVC at an angle, and then right here drilled some holes halfway through. You just shape it to your hand. You kind of have a Wolverine thing going on. Anything that's in your hand that can bend back is kind of something you really want to think twice about. There's always a chance that it's going to hurt when you use it. Rings, whatever it is. I had a smaller version of that. It's got a little bit of a difference, so you can plug it in and curl your fingers in the holes depending on how big your fingers are. And it's extra long. And these are good gardening implements. But you wrap your fingers around here, protects your hand for the most part, and it just kind of looks intimidating. So this is my most recent version. It takes a couple pieces of PVC, and you can adjust this length. It's all friction fit, but you got a piece of PVC. I've cut a bicycle handle. I'll post all these options down below in case you're interested. And I offset those two. You can put them on either side, and then I've got this one here. So you could go with this. Personal preference is to have something here because I like to hammer fist, and you have something that actually might work for you there. But if you want to go like the deluxe version, protect your hand, lots of different options there. So this is my target. A bunch of boxes inside of each other. There's a lot of thickness of cardboard there. I know people use cantaloupe or watermelon in some of these lame experiments, and that's not really effective. People are going to wear shirts, they're going to wear coats, and you can punch all day long with a set of keys on somebody with a thick coat, and it's not going to hurt them at all. Let's just start with the key. So we'll go up here and we'll just kind of work our way around in this space. So this is if you had a key. How effective is against cardboard? You can get it in there. Now the only problem is, somebody knocks your hand, your keys are gone. Key works? Yeah. Effective? Not sure. The screwdriver, we'll see how that does. Get in there and you can twist. And yeah, it might fall out, so maybe you want a regular screwdriver, it's up to you. And I'm using the Phillips head because it's got a nice little point to it. So you can see the difference between keys and screwdriver. Car handle. Very effective. That tip is designed to go through windshields. Garden tools. I'm trying to think how I would do this. So you could kind of hold them like this. It's going to hurt your hand. A scratcher, a scraper, more of an intimidating thing than, well, I guess if you flip the wrist, you can make some damage. It may not get through. How about these claws? Protects my hand, keeps it safe. Got a scraper, it's not going to come out of your hand. You can make a strap for this, I guess, and that would help hold it on. Got through one layer of cardboard, but not the second layer. So these are more for intimidation. They are comfortable, you can wear them, and they're pretty good. Finger claws, I've never done it before. You got to really do it with a firm hand. Let's see what happens. Holy moly, those work a lot better than I thought they were going to. So now we're going to move on to this. Unlike the finger claws where it could bend your finger back and you're still exposing your hand, here you're getting a little more distance. Let's see how we do. Pretty effective. Now let's add the second piece and see how we do. And with the end. You can make out about a foot of PVC tubing, a T connector, a 90-degree elbow connector, and a little bit of bicycle handle. You could wrap it with tape or whatever you have. It's pretty darned effective. And its little brother is effective too. Is that going to get through a leather coat? No. Is it going to hurt somebody if you have to defend yourself? Yes. Is it going to scare people or intimidate people from attacking you? I would think so. These finger claws worked a lot better than I thought they were going to, but the disadvantage is it could bend your fingers back and you're exposing your hand. Thumbs up and comments, always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in self-defense ideas, designs of all kinds, making and breaking things, I evaluate and design sports gear, photography equipment, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe, because you never know what you're gonna see.